Hi, I'm Craig Unger, and I have a substack called American Kompromat, which is also the title of one of my books. I'm here with Johnathan Bouma, who was an FBI special agent for about 15 years until 2022 when he became a whistleblower. I want to discuss what we are now going through is probably the greatest counterintelligence failure in the history of the United States. As I've written in my books, Donald Trump is an asset of Russian intelligence. How the hell did he become president of the United States? I want to discuss it with Johnathan. The first question I really want to get to you is, isn't the FBI supposed to protect us from this?
Why did it fail? It goes back to the concept of ideological subversion and things happening in plain sight. I believe that the greatest counterintelligence failure in U.S. history is not a single espionage case. It was a failure to adequately investigate, understand, and confront a decades-long convergence between Russian organized crime, public corruption, and foreign influence. Counterintelligence isn't simply catching spies. It's influencing a target population. It's attacking vulnerable nodes. The FBI is one of those nodes. Counterintelligence operations very rarely manifest as a criminal prosecution. They're usually happening behind the scenes. By the time it spills over into the public arena, it's usually too late and the operation has failed. What's different here is a lot of these operations were playing out in plain sight as media operations. So what happens with counterintelligence is the FBI tracks what's going on and they find out that there's a group of organized crime individuals or people affiliated with the foreign intelligence in a certain area. They will watch them for a while. They'll try to develop sources and try to recruit sources who have access and insight, and they'll pull intelligence from that network without taking it down immediately. And it becomes a lucrative source of intelligence. And the FBI produces these intelligence products and it disseminates them to the intelligence community within the United States, CIA, State Department, and all those other consumers, the military elements. I believe what happened is that they became addicted to disseminating these intelligence products. If they make that leap where they make an arrest or they do something like that to disrupt the network that they've identified, one of their fears is that they'll lose insight on what's going on and that the networks will pop up somewhere else where they don't know what's going on. So they would rather keep something known in play and monitor it, but they get addicted to this intelligence flow. And in a lot of cases, they don't do a disruption or a dismantlement of the network. Another thing is there's a lot of pushback. The FBI doesn't have the authority to arrest or do subpoenas or search warrants. It's the U.S. Attorney's Office who does. So even if the FBI finds out what's going on, they still have to get the U.S. Attorney's Office to act on it. But the sad truth is the U.S. Attorney's Office is quite shy to act on counterintelligence. Happens is the Russian intelligence service figured out that by swimming close to people that are extremely high profile, high net worth, or politically connected, they were able to evade a level of scrutiny. And that put people into a two-tier category. You had the untouchables and you had everybody else.
But at a certain point, what is the point of having all this information if it's never acted upon? And were there people in the FBI who didn't want to pursue this? You talked about a fifth column within FBI. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, what this fifth column I define is a line of supervisors in the chain of command that they find each other. There's recruitment in place. You have the special agent at the ground level, and you have the managers and then mid managers from there. It only takes two to cause massive damage. And every report that we do has to be signed by a supervisor. So an agent acting alone can only do so much. It only takes two or more. You got two or more FBI agents in the organization who are sympathetic and allow their bias to affect the way that they collect and report certain intelligence, and they start to get emotionally invested on whether it hurts the political left or hurts the political right, to try to say that it's just a bad apple here or a bad apple there. But when the bad apples find each other and it starts to actually affect the way the whole organization functions, we got problems. And that's when I blew the whistle.
Okay, thank you very much, Johnathan. And it's very good to talk to you, but it's very upsetting. Your story is very upsetting.
Oh, it's very upsetting. When I started doing these briefings actively is when they removed me. They sent me to full-time surveillance, wouldn't allow me access to the office